because
Okay, well,
this particular one,
I think this one is still, I mean,
Queen
a
A1.
bit tricky and can be better for white.
The fact that you
King
can't
F8
go
is
King
kind
G8.
of,
Yeah.
I can't say useless, but just
Uh,
a bad move in some lines.
could have gone King H7 then after 97 check.
Yeah,
King
you could.
H7.
But then
But then the knight on E7 is not hanging,
Yeah.
so you take with the pawn. Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, so by the way,
So what happens in our game? Knight E8.
okay, one knight E5 and knight
E8. And we were claiming that this should be very unpleasant for black if he has to play
I think
such
so.
move. And now
I'm almost
you
sure.
have calm move bishop E3. So the rooks are getting traded, the bishops are getting traded, which is, I believe, in white's favor.
Yeah.
So exchanging the pair of bishops, and white still will have some tricks. Might be just better for white, yeah.
So bishop h6 is just senseless because you can take on d1 and then take on h6 and g7.
You also take on f2 intermediate.
Ah, well,
Rook
queen,
takes, then queen f2 check.
That's
yeah.
stronger. So bishop b3.
Yeah, we're thinking of king h2, but same problem. F2
Yeah.
is hanging.
Okay, well, bishop e3.
Bishop b3. No, you have to take
sorry,
on
yeah,
d1 first. Yeah. So rook
obviously we
d1,
take.
queen d1, queen to c7 is the only move. Then the question how white continues here. Because you
Maybe
might
I
take on
have to-
b6
yeah, I have to
voluntarily. You
And
probably
now I have
take.
to think a bit. Maybe h4, h5 is not that bad as.
Yeah, getting the pawn on h5 is one idea.
I mean, it's not so easy to develop there with black. Maybe b4 is the main idea. Or b4 has.
Yeah, it's not clear. Once again, I mean,
Some
ideally
drawbacks.
you want to exchange your c pawn for black's b pawn, so that
Yeah.
you have the passed pawn on b file.
That's what
And-
black can only dream about.
Yeah, and then in this regard, yes, b4 is typically the move to do so. So you go b4 and then you go c4, but in this position it's not that easy to push c3, c4.
Maybe I just can take after b4. By the way, at this exact moment. I mean, just create a pawn.
Wait, b4 with no.
I mean, yeah,
I mean, if white plays h4 and if black plays b4, yeah, you might just say go.
Yeah, but the problem
with
that also queen a4 is
queen a4 is here. Yeah.
one of very
So
unpleasant
b4
moves.
is not the move you want to play.
But I'm also not sure that h4 is a kind of improvement because at some point the h5 pawn can be hanging in some endgames. And it's like typical in Caro-Kann, while the most endgames are considered as playable for black because of the h pawn, which is like we trade some rooks, we trade a pair of minor pieces, and white has to defend their h5 pawn.
Which is, yeah, we are talking like classical Caro-Kann
Yeah, like
line with bishop f5 and everything, where
Yeah,
white
like
has
knight
this
c3,
far advanced
d
pawn.
takes c4, knight e4, bishop f5.
Okay, but so far this is not the position which is
Yeah,
on the
well-
board, right? Knight e8 is played. Yeah, he did go bishop e3. Rooks exchanged, queen c7.
So exactly the same position. Well, if obviously I have to take, I mean, whatever, at some point I think black will force me to take on b6. And it's not so clear what to do if I just do not simplify. I mean,
Yeah, maybe, you know what? Maybe you can try to play queen d2 and wait for black to take. I don't know. Maybe black will be forced to take at some point.
but I think queen d2 may create some additional options because after bishop e3
Thanks.
taken with a queen, I think I can just play knight
Knight
f6
f6
and
back.
d5 probably is coming.
Yeah, but I honestly thought that you take with the knight
Yeah,
on e3.
that's the
So maybe you
point.
don't no longer need the knight on f5.
Okay, well, but I still play
Knight
knight f6, and now knight g5 is impossible because
Yeah,
knight takes
e4 is hanging. Yeah, you don't want to play. I mean, you probably can play f3, but it's not like this move is
Yeah, but I think it's just normal for
f3,
black.
and you go queen b6 or queen
queen
c5, preparing for d5. Yeah. Bishop
Wow.
takes on h6. How about that? How about
Yeah, but
that?
what is the point? I mean, bishop take h6?
E8?
Yes.
Sorry, g7 square is protected, so that's...
Ah,
You
well.
know what?
No, okay, but check. Do we have to check?
I don't know.
I think we do.
I don't know.
I mean, yes, check.
What I can see that black could have taken on f5 before that. Yeah, after bishop h6. If black wants it, I mean, I have no idea if black wants to take it. I'm not sure what Jan is doing. This is like playing with fire. Does he have a perpetual guaranteed after that?
Okay, well, I think like king h7,
h7,
queen h5.
yeah. Queen h5.
Yet this position looks risky. By the way, okay, maybe it's just equal all the time. I think like...
Yeah, at least white has the perpetual,
yeah,
right?
I mean,
so queen h6.
it's better to start obviously with...
Are you
But by the way, maybe
king
h8,
queen h5.
Yeah, but there is no f6 because of queen e8.
Yeah, there is no f6.
I wanted
Never.
to link with the queen, but...
so the knight is not taken, but
yeah,
it doesn't seem to make any difference. So
but I think it's better to
queen g4 check.
to leave the bishop on e6
King
for black.
goes. Ah, well, by the way, the question where the king is going is still open. King f8. Well, I just want to say there is no difference at all. f8, you know.
Yeah, because queen h5.
Queen
is very
h5,
nice
then
move.
queen h6. So this, yeah, he went to f8.
Either any f6. I guess no, because check and then knight h5.
We can
It should-
see.
it should-
We can check it. Yeah.
It should be bad.
Queen to
Queen
h4.
h4.
Queen to h4.
Okay, well, it's more or less the same, I think. Maybe we're capturing e7 square, which is kind of smart. Like queen cannot go to c5.
Oh, f6 here. Can we do it?
Okay, well, check.
Checks. King goes to g8.
Okay, I'll take
Check
another one.
there. King goes to f8.
So it's like all the time.
White does
can
have
be
the
equal.
perpetual.
Mhm.
Okay, but does he have more than that? Not really, I believe.
Yeah, queen h6 and we
Queen
expect
h6, king g8.
this game to end in a draw. Yeah, so I'm of course I'm not. I don't want to go to h8 because of. I mean, maybe I still can go there.
No, the knight is hanging on e8. No, he
Ah,
cannot
sorry.
do
Yeah,
this,
obviously.
He's forced. I mean, it's like both sides are forced.
Yeah, f6 is played.
Wait,
F6.
f6, queen 8.
That's correct.
F6, yeah. Queen takes h6 check. King goes to g8. Let's see. Because I have a feeling that after queen g6 and king to f8, white is not forced. White is not forced to go for a perpetual immediately. Like if you put the queen on g6, what's black's next move? Imagine I do.
I think something solidifying like queen f7 or.
Then I have a check. King goes. And maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Because I was thinking of say playing h4 and,
Yes,
and seeing how does this
it was
unfold later.
also
Queen
my
g6,
idea.
king f8. Yeah, it's very likely that we will have another portion of this tiebreak going if this will end with a perpetual check. So for the first time in this tournament we will actually have 10 plus 10,
Yeah.
a rapid playoff.
The first time 6 games match.
Well, it guarantees us a minimum of 6 games match,
Yeah.
because if it's 1-1 again, then another 2 games and then possibly one more game.
Yeah,
Jan, of
f6
course,
is a strong resource.
Jan, of course, can spend as much time as he wants, because, well, knowing the fact that perpetual is guaranteed, but really I find it hard to, to find a way to continue for white. Knight h5, the same thing. You can go queen f7, right?
Looks like.
Knight h5. Once again, it's good that you're not asking me what the threat is, because the answer would be I don't know.
Knight takes f6 probably.
Yeah, knight f6. Yeah, check check king g8, and then it's this rare moment when I wish h6 square would be, you know, like available. I mean,
yeah,
let's change the rules that allow to put more than one piece on the same square, so that I can go knight h6. But yeah, the queen is on the way. Queen to h5. Okay, what's that?
Okay, well, yeah, f6.
Check on h6
Yeah,
was
check.
given, of course. King goes there, check here, and queen to h5. So he does threaten something. It's not yet a draw, I assume. Point being, obviously, you can't go king g8 because queen e8. So queen h8 is a threat.
So king f7.
I don't know, but yeah, if black
Okay,
passes, if black goes b4,
Well,
for
it
instance,
feels like it.
yeah,
it might
check
be
king
something.
f7, knight h6, you will have to go to g6. Yeah, no, I mean it's black
Yeah.
to move, obviously, so black will probably
Yes,
not
yes,
allow this. But if
King-
black
kni-
allows,
Yeah, but
if he goes like
knight h6, I play king e7, and I just escape on d8 probably.
so you mean black can play like
I think
irrelevant
so, just
move like
pass, but
b4?
It's not so easy to make a pass in this position with black.
Is queen f7 bad? Can you tell me? Because
Not
this
sure.
is something I want to see. You have two checks, h8, h6.
I like these two. Yeah, and now we'll
King
start to
f7, and then maybe.
see queen somewhere back.
Yeah, but queen g6 is a threat, right? You can go queen d2 in this position,
Yeah, but
threatening knight h6, threatening. I'm not sure if knight d6 is such a threat. By the way,
queen g3 is hanging all the time.
we
on
are
this
getting to this position. So check on h8, check
But-
on
but
h6 is already on the board.
Personally, I don't like. At the first sight, I don't like the approach of Jan, because this position is completely unclear and
King
it's like
f7.
almost
So,
all in. Because if
normally you don't want to
if black
increase the.
if black finds a good configuration, it will be just a
Wait, check on what's
H5.
that? Check on h5, allowing queen g6. It seems.
I think it's still the draw because I can play knight
Knight
h6.
h6. So that's always a perpetual,
The king
right?
goes to h7 this way.
Yeah, you just go back to f5 with the same knight. It is a
right.
draw.
Yeah,
It
you're
is a
right.
draw. Yeah, you just go back with
Yeah,
h6
that's right.
knight.
So all the time, at least white has a draw.
Yeah, white controls the draw. Yeah, that's
And queen
important.
g6.
King f8. For some reason
Okay,
decided.
maybe I've overlooked something after queen g6, but it doesn't look so. Maybe queen, no, but queen h8. But if you ask me what is the threat, I'll tell you I don't know. Okay, but maybe he just
Okay, he went king f8. That's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with this move.
obviously. Well, so
Yeah,
Queen
queen h5, king f8, check is on the board as well, and king f7 back. So
it has to be a draw. I mean, yeah.
queen h5. Three minutes left for Wojtaszek, but he perfectly
Yeah,
understands.
but like shortening the time control means that Wojtaszek will not have an opportunity to think as long as he is
As he
thinking.
does, yeah.
Yeah.
In the open, yeah, and Jan is look the time difference. So in this game, Jan is still on 10 minutes. I believe we can say that this is the end of the game. Yeah, queen h6. This will be a threefold repetition and the draw. So 10 minutes left for Jan Nepomniachtchi, only 3 left for Radoslav Wojtaszek. So now if we come to 10 plus 10, that would have been already a decisive advantage. Yeah, Jan would have won on time. So that means.
So up to now, we don't see the impact, but after shortening
the shorter the time control becomes, the obviously the chances for Jan will increase, it seems. The drawing of lots for the color in the next game, I believe it will be white for Radoslav Wojtaszek. So in 10 minutes the tiebreak will continue. It's 2-2 overall score in this match, so 2 draws in classical games, 2 draws in 25 plus 10 games, and we will see the shorter time controls, a match of 2 games 10 plus 10.